I just keep it running.
Yeah, just kind of keep it, if you want to.
I might move out here. Work with you.
I think it's a little more than just board.
I grabbed 3 of them, I didn't realize.
So about 80 were you going to?
So you can take someone's, I'm going to see like if Derek has one.
What?
Okay, Charlie.
We're good? Okay.
How do you know?
All right, call that to order. Attendance. Okay, reports. Any questions for Mark on the treasurer's report? Hearing none, moving on. Master Secretary is on his way to Summit to do a match, and so he announced that he would not be here tonight. But he made the statement that the schedule is still in flux, as you might imagine, and that there will be games coming forth here and there, so make sure you keep your availability up to snuff. Also, whenever the government gets back into session, the Air Force will start playing games again. So probably a little bit later on in the season, there will probably be some makeup games at the Air Force Academy.
Oh, football they can play though, huh?
It's funded by division.
Yeah, they are not
Everything in
allowed.
every service academy in the country, including the Merchant Marine Academy, is shut down.
Oh, there
Yeah.
is. No.
I mean, they're not allowed to get off a base, and they're not allowed to play rugby.
They can't even play it on.
Cannot play at home at all, okay? Tom is not here for RDO recruiting.
Yeah. Out of the 12 people that took the L1 course, 6 of them are active now. Including Stu here. Stu? Yeah. Including Mr. Stu here. 3 others are they were just taken to be coaches, and the other 3 are still dragging their feet on availability. We found one other person in Aspen who's, I think, done a game now,
Lynn.
Buddy now. Lon.
He's in Colorado Springs, isn't he? Yeah. Assistant coach for CCS.
He's Facebook buddies with Mark, so he's his call now.
He is now.
Who isn't?
We got 2 more that are ready for the class next February, and that's all I got.
Okay.
What's the minimum requirement we can do to host a concert? We got 6 people who want to do it.
You did it? Yeah, typically you like to have 5, at least 5, but you can do a level 1 with 1.
Well, I know, but what's beneficial for our instructors?
5.
So if we get 5 and we give you 2 weeks' notice, we can do it.
Yes.
So that's something to think about. We don't have to wait till February.
Okay.
Let's get 5 and bang them out every 5.
Well,
The biggest thing with that is getting the materials. So it usually takes about 2 weeks to get the materials from Alpha Graphics.
But, yeah.
Now, saying that, if we order extra and not turn them in, we'll have them. But USA Rugby wants to turn them back in almost immediately, so we'll have to play we can play those games.
Mark, at this time of year, I have to question the practicality of it.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, would it make more sense to wait till February and have a class of 12, 15?
That's very true. I'm thinking like if we eventually get to a point where it's like, Andre, we'd like to host a course for your Raptors, can you get us 20 people? Your date is the 9th.
Oh,
Queen City,
different story.
we're going to host a class for your Cityans, whatever you
And
guys
it's
are.
not so much, you're talking about so much getting active referees as it is
Well,
just getting players up to speed.
But you get 20 guys to do it, and maybe you get,
Get a few
coach or whatever, you know.
You're just saying like we get the interest, can we move the class up basically, right, Mark?
Yes, we have the interest, we
Yeah.
We have the people.
We have the instructors, the educators to do it.
Okay.
And we've got more educators here in this union than most areas in the
We
country.
have more educators than we have national panel referees.
So,
We're gonna have more.
That's pretty damn good.
yeah. So, okay, Ryan, do you have anything to add?
For,
Recruiting?
Who's your?
Paul's the other guy.
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry, my bad. My
I
bad.
just go on. Come on, Paul.
My bad. Paul's not here.
I was confused.
On those lines, those of you that showed interest in the level 2, it's looking like January 11, 12 will be the weekend, and I will get an email out to everybody on that one.
Do you have a location yet, Jim?
Bob, do we have a location for level 2, Saturday, Sunday, 11, 12 Jan?
When?
11, 12 January?
Yeah, my office.
I think we have a location.
Is there field work?
Very little, very little.
It's all theory.
Yeah, it's almost all theory. Pardon? Who did yours? I'd like to talk to a while about.
Well, there is practical, but
There's some
it's
practical.
actually going out and doing a game,
Trying to
doing
do it in
games.
Lloyd Boyer's office, that's all I
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So, all right. Okay, moving on, survey, Mark.
A couple of the member society, going forward, we are more than likely going to have a change in leadership. Charlie has put out an email that he will not run for chairman, and I've been have a new position with USA Rugby that I can't run for chairman or shouldn't. So going forward, we're going to put together a 5-year plan for the society, so we can all kind of get on the same page. Everyone's got a structure for the society, plans we want to do within a year, plans we want to do in 2 years, ultimate goals, and just create it for the society. Now, in order to do that, we need to know what we're doing well and know what we're not doing well. So a couple of members of society got together and I asked people some questions of what should be on the survey. And we put together a 10-question survey that I will send out after we leave this meeting to the referee group, that we will close by the end of the next meeting. So please take a half hour out of your time and fill out this survey. It's anonymous. Be as open and honest and as thorough as you can. It is very important that we get as much information we can to sculpt the state of the society going forward for the next 5 years. Please take it serious. Please do it. Okay? Just again, it's anonymous. Don't feel about saying anything or putting anyone off. Let us know what's good, what's bad, and what needs to be changed right away. All right? I'll send that out. It'll be out by the time we leave this room.
Okay, any questions for Mark? Okay. And going right into the 5-year plan is my intention to create an ad hoc committee to look at this. We have several plans out there that you can kind of survey and glom onto, take what's good, throw away what's not good. So, any volunteers? Ryan? John? Mark? And Gary, or, let's see, wait a minute, we probably should limit this.
I don't have any consensus.
Well, we're gonna want
The new,
executive committee.
yeah,
We're gonna wait until after
Yeah.
the survey stuff.
Yeah, just.
all right, for right now, let's look
Will
at,
the results be any different if there's a leadership? I don't think it should matter.
What?
Yeah, but you want to include them. They're going to want to be a part of it.
Right, but if they're the kind of people who volunteer for things, they probably are gonna be on it just because they volunteer for it.
It's just we can keep going.
What?
Yeah, part of, not the entire committee, but part of that ad hoc committee. Whoever the new exec is.
yeah, so for right now, we'll say Brian, John, Mark, and Joe. And then maybe the new chairman. Okay, very good.
And Charlie, the person that should lead that should not be the management council, they should be one of the other guys.
Agreed. Agreed. So,
Management Council.
So, okay, with that. And Mark actually stole my thunder,
Sorry.
because I'd sent it to the executive committee, but I didn't send it to the society.
Sorry.
Nice work, Nelson.
Yeah, just pop his balloon.
Sorry.
That one.
So I have made the decision that I will not stand for the chairman for this next go-around.
Charlie, you're not dying, you can't resign. The only way you get out of it is by death.
No, I think it's time. I feel like my leadership has gotten a little stale and that the society needs some new blood to lead them to the next generation, so I'm stepping down. So be thinking about who you want to have as your chairman next year. Going forward.
When do we do that?
December. So think about it. I'm more than happy to help whoever is thinking about running as far as what the task entails. And I have a nice long list of things that I have done over the last several years. So I can pass that along to anybody who's interested. So think about it. Let me know. I can help persuade you or dissuade you or whatever the case may be. So, okay. The other announcement I have, I don't know those of you who know Don Morrison. He was an international referee who never played rugby and was there for a very long time, very knowledgeable of the game, even though he never played before. He contracted cancer, a special breed of cancer that is almost always fatal. And they gave him like 2 years to live, and he's now made it 8. But it has reoccurred, and so he's in pretty bad shape. So if you know him, drop him a line to keep his spirits up. And if you need his address, I can give that to you. Okay? All right. Mark, lineouts.
So I'm going to talk about lineouts out in the field, do some practical stuff about just creating structure and what to look for, some positioning as well. Derek has found some clips to show us regarding the lineouts and some things that you might see in a game and just kind of how to handle them.
Before you did that, did anybody leave this up in Aspen?
Does it fit me?
Tim, can you
No,
make
it's
some
fine,
touch-
is it?
can you make
No,
some
it's
touch
only
like that?
two-sided.
What size is it, Charlie?
It's an XL.
Must be mine. It's mine.
Huh?
It's mine.
It's yours?
Must be more
You weren't in Aspen.
Charlie, it fits me.
No, it's only one X, Gary.
Oh,
Nobody claiming it?
I'm just moving up because I can't see.
Joe, maybe when I'm over, I'll carry.
I will hold on to it till next meeting.
See how I did that?
Everybody shows up claiming it. If not, then we'll auction it off. Nobody claims it.
Auction it off.
We'll auction it off.
You know, if you're gonna auction it, you probably ought to run it through the auction mechanism.
Why?
Special president.
It has character.
Exactly.
It has character, as it is, so.
Hey, Charlie,
Sir.
looks like there's a new women's club, D2 college forming at CSU Pueblo.
Good for them.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know, they're not really playing any games yet. Probably won't be until the spring.
Let's hope their home field is no further south than Colorado Springs.
Pueblo is further south than Colorado Springs.
So let's hope.
It's only 35 miles further south.
Jim, you want to?
Yeah. Oh, sit in John's lap.
Video,
Yeah,
Will these, are you going to put these on there too?
yeah, I'll put these up
Oh,
on the record page.
So, yeah.
So, what are the things you wanted?
Should you hang on to that?
obstruction on sides.
So, okay. The first couple are in reference to the backs offside and like when the line out is over. Then
Thanks, sir.
we go into line out obstruction. It's kind of a fad that has moved out of the game since we started enforcing it a couple of years ago, but it's still an issue of line out obstruction when you're creating a mall and there are pillar players in front. And then also regarding to the line out players staying inside the 15 until the line out is over or crossing over the line of touch. And then moving on to what is illegal and legal sack, and then a pushover maul, so refereeing the maul. It's hard to kind of find videos varying positions for IRB referees because they have a TMO, so they kind of tend to be where they want to be. But I don't know, Mark, you can tell me about that later when we get outside. So these are just a few quotes from that. We're trying to watch these once, maybe twice, but just kind of keep, I don't know.
Forward load started, well started too. Front to come. Good take. Forward load started, well started too. Front to the line up now, Hoffman. Oh, there's Michalak and Jubin. Michalak just running quite a long way. Now they'll go back to back line of the lines offside.
The whole back line came up.
So an elementary error,
We know that now.
perhaps because the ball was stolen at line-out time by the Sharks.
Yeah, a little bit panicky probably. The ball stolen, line up not over. The Lions back line has come up very quickly. Although it did go to ground. Still inside.
Is
And that was another call.
Point of that, where you get commentary at the end, were you going to say something about that, Charlie?
Yeah,
So, just because the ball's on the ground does not mean the line out is over.
Rocket line out.
right. So it's a ruck and a line out. Line out is still on.
Backseat rucks form, they want to come up, but if you look at your definitions, line out is
Right.
not over.
So how can you manage that?
Keep your arm up.
Right? Just keep your arm up. Tell them to stay back. Absolutely.
And I will say, a majority of these clips are pretty good management situations, because a lot of infringements at the line out are very technical infringements, and they're pretty avoidable, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of these are avoidable, so.
Very quickly.
That was the first one.
Although it did.
His efforts. Let's go! Let's go! It's going to be dancing now.
Lineup wasn't over. 17 came up. 10 meters offside. Lineup. 17.
No, but you can't.
Say,
Week 10's playing scrum half.
with the referee being in this position, is he really visible to enforce an offside line? Maybe, maybe not. Something to think about.
So watch what 10 does. Watch what 10 does. He's outside the 15.
It's going to be dancing now.
Lineup wasn't over. 17 came up. 10 meters offside. Lineup. 17.
Yeah, if you look at that there, you can see that man there way offside before the line was over. That Sharks defensive line already up there, and that was an accurate call from Jason.
Those are little mistakes the Blues cannot afford to make, though. When you get in this part of the field, you need to hold on to position, stay in field, work hard to get off the touchline.
They throw to their captain for the night, Yannick Nyanga.
He told him too.
Hot
He told him.
Ali Williams will see the irony in that, having had a running battle and
Those are little mistakes the Blues cannot afford to make, though. When you get in this part of the field, you need to hold on to position, stay in field, work hard to get off the touchline.
they throw to their captain for the night, Yannick Nyanga.
By opposite, you mean that's the
Team with the ball.
throwing
Ali
team.
Williams
Yeah.
will see the irony in that, having had a running battle in Dunedin a couple of weeks ago about when you're allowed to join and not join a line-out. Well, the Blues have got a penalty here, and just a bit of discussion about what they're going to do. Well, you're also going to...
And this is involving obstruction.
This is Charles.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
has always been a strong.
This is Jaws.
Close around the
Finds the deep Scottish Fox.
This has always been a stronghold of the Bulls. Space. Quickly down for.
No one in there. From them.
Now, the Crusaders just stayed off and didn't form a ball.
Just keep the ball in the front. Where they do it.
Trilly boy right up here there, just looking bemused. He was one of my players of the match last week. He's found the jumper there. Speech has come down and they've stood off it. Look at that. So there's no more. Such not. This has always been a stronghold of the Bulls. Speech.
At this point, when you see that this is forming and there's no maul and they're going to create obstruction, it might be a good point to encourage blue to do something with it. Right?
No maul, get the ball out.
Get it out, yeah.
What's become, just hold that for a second, Derek, what has become of that discussion of allowing white to come around and just grab the ball from blue's side? I mean, there's no maul.
Well,
no
is the
outside.
line out over though?
This is always
The
been
ball
a
moved the line of touch,
stronghold
so
of the Bulls. Speech.
it hasn't, the line out's still on, because it's
Yeah.
still on the line of touch, so if they came around, they would technically be offside.
It'd be across the line of touch.
So they can't cross the line of touch.
Thank you.
But it's really smart, I mean, you might as well go in there and, yeah,
Draw the penalty, yeah.
just create it offside and you want a penalty. But it's possibly avoidable by just saying, use it or get it out or something.
Crusaders just stayed off
It happened
and
pretty,
didn't form
I mean,
a
there's-
ball.
Just keep the ball in the front. Where they do it.
they can't really,
Trilly boy
Right.
right up here there, just looking
Yeah,
bemused.
it's true.
He was one of my
But
players
it's still
of the match
It's
last
like a
week.
truck and trailer.
He's found the jumper there. Speech has come down. Stood off it. Look at that.
right,
So there's no more. Such knowledge from the Crusaders of what the Bulls are possibly going to do.
Well, the IRB's cracked down on
15 metres infield.
It came to the game like 3 or 4 years ago, and they started enforcing this, and it's kind of moved out of, at least in the professional game.
How do you not know what floor the meetings are?
But,
How do you not know what floor the meetings are?
okay, so,
So it moved out. 'cause
so anyway, so it's moved out because it's been enforced, so it's not as big of an issue. These clips are kind of like a couple years old, not very many of them are recent. This is maybe a little bit of a technical, similar to the first one, very technical.
It was a lot more successful, puts him right down to nearly halfway.
Looking at it made such a difference to the Worcester line-out when he came on in the second half.
men in front of you. We spoke about that before the game.
Which meant that they were 15 metres infield, and the kick was a lot more successful, puts him right down to nearly halfway.
Looking at it made such a difference to the Worcester line-out when he came on in the second half.
men in front of you. We spoke about that before the game.
Was perfect.
Used the touchline to good effect, and now the force have it from the line-out, fly low off the back of the line-out from Daniel Bray, and, might have pitched a meter. Daniel, quiet please. He's shown a bit of a short fuse this year, hasn't he, Daniel Bray? He has indeed. He's got to learn. All the youngsters out there, the referee is always right whenever he's wrong. Well, he's right. We think he's dead right here, but fellas, because what he's saying. Oh yeah, that's appalling. Not really an argument there, is there? No, that is an appalling piece of refereeing.
Time out with the hand when it leaves the hand.
Use the touchline to good effect.
He's looking at, he's behind him, if you can see that.
Yeah,
He's behind him.
He was still on his side of the line of touch when that ball was tapped down.
Referee's looking that direction, he's behind him.
And now the force have it from the line out, fly low off the back of the line out from Daniel Bray, and might have pitched a meter. Daniel, quiet please. He's shown a bit of a short fuse this year, hasn't he, Daniel Bray? He has indeed. He's got to learn. All the youngsters out there, the referee is always right, never he's wrong. Well, he's right.
Well, he's dead right here, but fellas, because what he's saying.
Oh yeah, that's appalling.
Not really an argument there, is there?
No, that is an appalling piece of refereeing.
Find out when the hands went.
Who is that? Support your ref? There's a kid you can see.
Bowls again, finding Vito. Perenara, and he's got Todd offside here as Savia makes a searching run as Perenara feeds it up now to Thrush.
I think Todd's timing is okay because effectively his line now is over. So look at this. He goes up, down. Todd's waiting. Excuse me. He's actually timing's okay, but he's outside the 15.
Outside the 15 was his crime. Dead right, Justin.
Everybody get that?
Right out,
So-
slide it.
If you're confused, so the lineout is still on. The lineout players have to stay within the 5 and the 15. If they leave the lineout early, it's the same as crossing the line of touch. So even though he hasn't crossed the line of touch, he's gone outside the 15. Again, that's a
Bowls
technical.
again.
You'll see that too with like offensive plays, like a throw toward the back and the peelers are coming around for a quick tap down. So like that pod will come around and go outside the 15 because the back jumper will be right by the 15. And just, they'll tap it down because they want to get the tap at the flat and bring those backs in. So
If the throw goes beyond the 15, then what Mark's talking about is okay, but if the throw comes down inside the 15, now we have a problem.
Yeah, that was my question, was if the ball goes beyond the 15, you can leave.
All bets are off.
So then the lineout's over. Yeah.
And they're allowed to get there even early.
So we'll watch this one more time.
Bowls again, finding Vito. Perenara, and he's got Todd offside here as Savia makes a searching run as Perenara feeds it up now to Thrush.
I think Todd's timing is okay because effectively his line now is over. So look at this. He goes up, down. Todd's waiting. Excuse me. He's actually timing's okay, but he's outside the 15.
Outside the 15 was his crime. Dead right, Justin.
The clock's turned up the target again. Yes, he is. Security, and that man's jumping this afternoon. The clock's turned up the target again. Yes.
So he's on the ground.
Sacked?
One player is on his feet. Once he immediately hits the ground, can sack. So it's not technically a maul yet. Everybody happy with that? Anybody confused in the back? No? Haggerty? You awake? So that's sacking the ball carrier. This next clip is opposed to sacking a support player.
He is. Security, and that man's jumping this afternoon.
Well played by Zani. What a servant he's been to Italian rugby. So much talk about Parise and Cicciolo, but Alessandro Zani consistently there for his nation.
Yes, he's been Italy's top line-out taker in the tournament, and that's a great start for Italy because looking at these two sides, you might have said if anybody's got a bit of an edge, it might be Ireland in the line-outs, but Italy have done their homework.
And the irony is, it didn't really reflect on the play, but you could see the cynicism in it. He was looking for the ball. Clear with the take. Polisi in possession first, then Adrian Stress. He scored a try from a ball this time last week in Durban. And the Springboks win the final against the momentum. Penalty try. He wasn't able to get it to the line, but Roman got in absolutely no doubt. With a try more than had been scored. The Scots took down the ball legally. Well, it was 3-0, that wasn't it? Roman was running alongside that driving ball. And the Scots pulled it down immediately in the line out there. A player driving through the middle illegally. You watch Jim Hamilton's trying to pull him down. He's underneath the jaw right there. He managed to hold that one. two players pull this one down. You can see them on the ground. They're taking up the legs of the players. But it's been this game for that challenge and managed to keep it up. And then driving towards the line right here, and the third player dives in under the ball. So right in the middle illegally. You can watch here, Jim Hamilton's trying to pull him down there. He's on the legs of John Ricky. They managed to hold that one up. If two players pull this one down, you can see them on the ground. They're taking up the legs of the players. But it's been this game for that challenge and managed to keep it up. And then driving towards the line right here, and the third player dives in under the ball. So Ryan Pott really had no choice but to exercise.
So Derek, is that a cardable offense?
Who are you gonna card?
I don't know, I'm just asking.
Yes.
If you can find somebody,
Yes.
then sure.
It was Blue 8.
Just pick one, why don't you pick out one of them?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it'd be like a pushover, it'd be like a scrum, it'd be like a, well, you can't award a card for pushover scrum, so unless you wanna pick somebody, I mean, you wanna be that guy?
No, I'm just asking for thought.
Sure.
It's in the
Yeah, I
law
mean,
book,
if you
but
got the
they-
first guy who did it, then sure, yeah. There's like 3 of them on that, so.
Card them all.
They all get 3.5
Yeah.
years. Three and a third.
Okay, what do we got?
Very good.
You can, anything else?
No,
All right, you can close it, Jim.
I mean, all it was, we were going to do is go outside now and do the practical stuff. So,
Oh, here's the last one.
oh,
There's just one more. Sorry. This is on the YouTube page. I don't know if many people have watched it, but this is more about a use it call with versus 5 seconds.
The worst possible trouble. Bresler at the front. The worst possible trouble. Bresler at the front of the Sharks lineup to set the ball. The ball driven back there by the Stormers. The call of use of once has already come. Becker's coming through the middle to defend. But still the Sharks managed to build a little bit of momentum. And the Stormers holding.
At the most. That's a good point. 5 seconds is quite a long time, but it's a good point.
Jean de Villiers had just come over to Craig Joubert and said, if we take the maul sideways, surely that's grounds for you to call use it again. To accept the point, the referee, here's Lambie.
Just play that again.
The worst possible trouble.
Just watch the clock when he calls use it, and then how long it moves sideways, and then when he gives a penalty.
Bresler at the front of the Sharks lineup to set the ball. The ball driven back there by the Stormers. The call of use of once has already come. Becker's coming through the middle to defend.
10 seconds.
But still the Sharks managed to build a little bit of momentum.
15 seconds.
And the Stormers holding.
Final time? What was the thing he said after use it once? At the most. He said use it once and then he said something.
Bresler at the front of the Sharks lineup to set the ball. The ball driven back there by the Stormers. The call of use of once has already come. Becker's coming through the middle to defend. But still the Sharks managed to build a little bit of momentum.
He said through the middle.
And the Stormers holding. Bresler at the front of the Sharks lineup to set the ball. The ball driven back there by the Stormers. The call of use of once has already come. Becker's coming through the middle to defend.
So at that point, it should be over. It should be turnover.
Still the Sharks managed to build a little bit of momentum.
You should use it how long 5 seconds is.
And the Stormers
That's 12 seconds. Or 13.
At the most. That's a good point. 5 seconds is quite a long time, but it's a good point.
Jean de Villiers had just come over to Craig Joubert and said, if we take the maul sideways, surely that's
Sean DeVillier's bitching and moaning all the time sound a lot like Scotty Norris.
Just hit the point, the referee, here's Levy.
Give you guys an update on the guy that had a heart attack in Aspen. Yeah. He's doing well. He's been passed by his cardiologist to start running and training again. He said it was a blessing in disguise.
Mark, you need any
stuff
cones?
running on the beach, and then it was, we never would have made it. He said because of
I got a whistle.
the teammates and the paramedics being there. He spent 6 days in the
I'll get some cones.
heart ICU in Grand Junction. When they did the CPR, they cracked, broke 3 ribs, lacerated his liver. But that's a minor detail there. He has no neurological deficits and there's no damage to his heart. But he did have almost 100% blockage in 2 of his arteries to his lower ventricles. He now has stents put into his spine. He's looking forward to asking next year. Well, you know, as
Right, pink jersey on him.
Yeah, exactly. No one hits him.
Real quick, by show of hands, who is not subscribed to our YouTube page? Well, there's only 9 subscribers, so some of you are lying.
How many of you have ever been to YouTube?
How many have been to YouTube page? Why have you not subscribed to the YouTube?
What's YouTube?
Exactly. We had 2 rocks and smashed.
What do you want to do with this, Mark?
Where do you want to meet? Mark, where do you want to meet out there?